No. I think the reason why George Clooney's character was joking around because he's probably had some of these situations before.
Yeah, yeah,
So he's
yeah.
probably been through this before, and that's why he's probably acting more calm than she is. So this is her first time experiencing these problems in our space, so these situations. So I think that maybe that sort of plays with their tone of the characters.
Yeah, definitely. Well, yeah, but all in all, I think they did an excellent job with all parts of the movie. Did an excellent job. I gave it a 9 out of 10. I really enjoyed the movie, and I thought it was a really ground breaking piece of film. So,
Mm,
um,
loved it.
yeah, it was great. I don't know
Best.
whether it was my favorite film of the year so far yet. I
I'm
think I've
like,
given about 4 or 5 films a 9 out of 10 so
I
far. So, yeah.
think the only film I've seen you gave 9 out of 10 is Monsters University.
Didn't I give Pacific Rim a 9 out of 10?
No, I think he gave it an 8.5 out of
Oh,
10.
if I didn't give Pacific Rim a 9 out of 10, I want to change my mind and give it a 9 out of 10 because in my mind that film is still just as good as the day I saw it. I think I still, as
Um,
opposed to say last year, Born Legacy. Like as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, that's amazing. That was an awesome film. But then now in my mind, I haven't seen it since, and I'm like, I don't really want to watch it again. It's not sort of that film that I was like, ah, yeah, awesome. Maybe it wasn't that awesome. I don't know. Again, Brave is another film.
you're like the only person that I know that really likes that movie.
Yeah. Well, Brave was another good example. Is Brave when I first saw it, I was smiling all the way through, and so like in and I loved it when I came out. But then every time I watch it, it loses a little bit of something. I think I think it feels too short, and I think that's the thing. Brave is too short. It's only 90 minutes or so. It's too. It needs to be longer to flesh out the characters more. Whereas Gravity uh, doesn't need to be any longer. Like it fleshes out the characters perfectly in 90 minutes. So
Yeah, I agree with that gravity. Why do you want Brave to go very long? It's very short. I'm glad it was a short
no, because
movie.
I think there needs to be more fleshing out of the mother daughter relationship in the
Yeah, but they
middle
had too much to work
with the
with. They had
bear.
too much
Yeah.
characters to bounce out. I wanted more of the witch, and she was only in there for like 5 minutes
Ah,
long.
yeah, but she wasn't an important character, so I don't. Yeah, like last time I watched it, Brave this year, I really closely thought about it. What could fix this film? And I came to the conclusion if it was a little bit longer and a little bit more depth to the middle, I think that would have helped it. But that's my opinion. You don't have to share it.
Um,
Um, um, yeah, no, Gravity. I think back to Gravity. I think the genre was very odd because it had sci-fi elements. Obviously, by its very nature, it's sci-fi. But I think it also had a horror, sort of a horror element, and I think it's probably its main genre is probably thriller. I reckon, don't you think?
yeah, thriller. It wouldn't be real. It didn't. I never jumped to the movie, but I don't think it's horror. I think it's more of a
No, but
thriller.
I think there was like some of the sounds and there was a few jump moments
Yeah,
which
plays
were,
into horror, but
yeah,
besides the music,
it
it's
borrows horror elements.
yeah, it's
Um,
more of a thriller, really.
yeah, I think you'd need like some sort of giant space monster for it to be a horror. Um,
and uh, and also, I guess that also blends sci-fi.
yeah,
Just because it's
yeah,
out of space doesn't make it sci-fi.
yeah. Well, that's debatable, but the fact that there's a few fictional elements, then I think that makes it sci-fi. Um, but yeah, we'll save the monster for the sequel. Um,
Gravity 2, The Attack of the Space Monster.
yeah, Gravity 2, Attack of the Space Cthulhu. Um, anyway, so anything else about Gravity?
Um, I don't think so.
All in all, it was a great film,
Yeah,
and
really great film. I loved
great
it. My
film.
favorite film
Recommend
of the
seeing it
year.
in 3D, big screen, and
Yeah, have to see it in 3D and on the big screen as possible.
yeah, give it as much money as possible because it
Yeah,
deserves it.
yeah. I
And
still wish we saw it in IMAX though. Yeah.
yeah, just like go see it instead of Grown Ups too. There, that's my motto of the week. We'll do that every time we do a podcast. I'll say, "There's um, my one order." Anyway, okay. So what about Agents of Shield? What did you think of the pilot and
Pilot.
episode 2?
Okay, well, the pilot was really, I loved the pilot. I loved it. There were a
Mm,
few missteps here and there, but overall, I liked them. I liked it. I liked Mike. I liked, of course, I like Angie Coulson. I liked, what's her name? I can't remember her name. So,
Melinda May. Melinda May?
no,
Oh,
Kobe
Sky.
Smudler's character.
Sky.
No, the other one, the one in the Avengers.
Oh,
Kobe
Maria
Smudler's
Hill.
character. I can't remember
Maria
her.
Hill.
Yeah, Marie Hill, that's it.
There we go.
Um, I enjoy seeing her again, and I liked Ward and Sky as a character. I don't know why, but I really
I
like
really
them.
like Ward, and it's funny because he seems such a like stereotypical guy. Like every American TV show seems to have that sort of character, but he seems to be different somehow. He seems to
Well,
in like
he's not your leader
yeah.
type person. He's more really, I don't know, he's more silly,
He
I
seems
guess.
he seems to he seems to exude character somehow. He doesn't really have much of an emotional
Yeah.
range in his face. I don't think, but
I think he can
yeah.
act as a tough character and yet also be a little bit silly as well. So,
Mm.
but do you like Sky? I think that's one I've been hearing most people. You either like her or you hate her.
Well, Sky's interesting because I think she can be a bit too much comic relief sometimes,
Yeah, I
but
know.
then I
She's sort of
think
the comedy in the show.
she's also our window into the world of Shield. So she's like we see Shield from her eyes basically,
Hmm.
and I think that helps. If we didn't have Sky, it would probably not be as good a show.
Hmm.
So
Working on probably both sides, Shield and Rising Tide, maybe.
yeah, yeah. Well, I guess so. Agent Coulson's also an important part for accessibility, but
And they need something to say, you know what, this is a spin-off the Avengers because we've got Agent Coulson
yeah.
that everyone loved, and he's back.
Yeah,
And
exactly. And I
that's
think
the show right now.
I quite like that in every episode they're basically referencing the Marvel universe a bit more.
Hmm.
But yeah, I think there's a limit. I think you shouldn't do it too much. You should always do it enough, otherwise people are gonna get bored.
Yeah, well, I can see why they did a lot in the first episode, but I just hope, because I think the second episode did a lot too, but I just hope they don't do as much. Like, they don't always have to reference the Avengers and all the other past Marvel films, because we know this is based in the Marvel Universe. We don't need to keep getting,
No,
um,
but it's still cool that in episode 2, the 084, the last one was a hammer. I like that. That was a good reference. Um, yeah. But
I
the
remember that.
characters, Coulson, I found the first episode, and I swear this is weird because Joss Whedon wrote it, right?
Hmm.
And
Didn't he direct it as well?
I think he directed parts of it, but he wrote a lot of it. And I'm not sure if it was his part that he wrote, but I felt that a lot of the dialogue was too fastly delivered, too quick-witted, and especially you probably hate me for this, but Coulson in the first episode, I think, was too um, wisecracking. I think he was too proud to be himself. You know, he was too. Oh, look at me! I'm Coulson. I have a connection with the Marvel universe. Ha ha
Yeah,
ha.
now that you say that, I don't think, thinking about Avengers and all that, I don't think he's ever been so, like, that sort of, like, I don't know, the comedic side to him, because everything he did in the jokes in the Avengers and all that, uh, aren't really jokes, but you'll still laugh at it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But,
He doesn't. I don't think he jokes so much. It's sort of a dry humor sort of thing.
hmm,
Like,
but,
and I think I like the second episode more than the first one personally, because I think we start to get a sense of the depths, the layers of these characters, especially Coulson and Ward. I think start to come into their own in the second, and even Melinda May, who I think is quite one dimensional at the moment.
yeah, well,
Um,
I don't hate her, I just hope, maybe in the next couple episodes, because I think that's what they're doing, because I think 084 is sort of Ward's sort of episode, and then next week the asset looks like it's going to be centered on Sky's story, sort of.
Yeah,
So
but
I'm hoping we
I
have
hope they
one.
don't do that. I hope they don't do that. I hope
I think that's how they're going to do it. I think that's how they do it, so we know these characters better.
well, if it works, then it works. But
But
I like the ensemble.
I
I
really
like
want
the idea of the
I really
ensemble.
want Melinda May have some sort of backstory, sort of, in a way, because I really don't really know much about her. That she kicks butt and she hates being called the cavalry. So
Cavill.
I don't I don't know. I like her, but she needs some more layers to her character
Do
to
you
make
know
it
what I
float
like
over.
the most though? I think it's they're hinting towards the rest of the series. Like there's these elements that I know it's probably expected, but especially Coulson's how did he get back? How is he back alive? And the Tahiti thing, you know,
Hmm.
there's a magical place. That's spooky. I want to know what that is so much. And each character's sort of got these mysteries. Like um, May's got the cavalry, and then Sky's got this double agent sort of layer, and yeah. So I think each character sort of got their mysteries that'll come on like unraveled in each episode, sort of that'll be deepened more and stuff, fleshed out.
Hmm.
And I know you don't like Fitz and Simmons,
Yeah, I don't
and
like them.
I
They
must admit that they're probably the least developed characters
the
because
least.
they're both nearly identical.
Yeah, that's probably why I don't really like them. And they're always so happy.
Yeah.
Why are they so
Yeah,
happy
I think
all the
everybody
time?
in the show seems overly happy sometimes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they,
but I'm
they,
sure that's just the first few episodes. Everybody's getting excited. It's a spin-off of the Avengers. Oh yeah, it's just getting started, and then there's going to become some unraveling. It's basically, I think what the series is trying to do is it's trying to do a three-act structure of a movie over a series. So it's starting to build up the characters at the beginning, um, and then it's going to punch them down towards the end. I think,
I
and
hope so. I hope
yeah,
by the end I love all these characters and they gave us a great first
yeah,
series to show.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping for that. I really am hoping for that.
Yeah, so I hope Fitz and Simmons become more different because I like them like what they've done, what they've been so far. Like I kind of like it, but they just can't do it too much. They need to do some other variation to their characters, you know.
Yeah, yeah. But
Um,
also one thing, um, the visual effects in the series.
oh, okay.
Probably I think it's probably one of the best visual effects I've seen in the series for quite a while now.
In TV,
Yeah, TV wise.
yeah. Well, I guess so. I guess it's pretty good. I'll have to.
Like especially the plane getting ripped up
Oh
in
my
the second
gosh.
episode. It's
Plugging
pretty
the
good.
hole with that thing, it's so
Wasn't it like
impossible.
a raft or some
A
sort of
raft. Yeah, they
something?
plugged the hole with the raft. That's just
Inflatable raft?
ridiculous, honestly. But other than that, I liked the show. I liked the double crossing of Coulson's, I don't know, former acquaintance, sort of. Don't know who she really was or how she had a connection with Coulson, but yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to see that. See, I think that's why the second episode, I like the villain more in the first episode more than I did in the second one.
Yeah, yeah, I agree because he had a more developed personality.
Yeah,
He felt like,
you knew more about
yeah,
you knew more about spoiler alerts. You knew more about Mike, why he's doing this.
yeah.
Um, yeah.
And he's actually a good guy, and it just shows the dangers of being a superhero.
Why couldn't they recruit him?
I don't
It
know.
would have been.
I don't know. He was
You know,
about to blow up though, wasn't
he's
he? At the end.
yeah, and they